I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin. In this video, we're going to have a look at the Bountie Hunter IDO on Kommunitas. What is this project and is it interesting to participate? A review and full price prediction in this video. Bountie Hunter connects millions of Web2 gamers to Web3 games. We are building a post-launchpad product that helps crypto games that have successfully raised millions to scale up to have tens or hundreds of thousands of active gamers. Gamers need to buy and stake Bounty, similar to a launchpad model, in order to get allocations to our quests, esport tournaments, airdrops, and other campaigns. They will receive attractive rewards in the form of the project tokens and NFTs. So if I understand correctly, Bountie Hunter is looking to bridge the gap between games and basically Web2 gamers by offering them, under the same idea of a launchpad model, an incentive to get them to join their platform in terms of rewards, and then they adapt to the games. For the games, this is huge opportunity to get involved. The token is on the Binance Smart Chain. The allocation is raised in USDC on Polygon. The vesting is 12.5% TGE and then 12.5% every 2 weeks. Payment in USDC on Polygon, distributed on the Binance Smart Chain. There are going to be 3 rounds as per usual, 1 booster, a second booster, and then the first come first serve. Just note that the first come first serve has a slightly higher price than the 2 other boosters. Contract address to be announced, 500 million bounty available. Initial market cap, very interesting, only 125,000. So definitely a big opportunity here. The staking requirements, so the staking is already closed, but we will still review the project and see if this would be a viable or interesting project. I will just review the pitch deck as it basically tells you everything you need to know. They have quite an interesting pitch deck. Bountie Hunter's mission is to be the de facto platform for gamers to discover and invest in crypto gaming and metaverse projects, to get that adaption going, right? That connection. So esports growth apparently quite significant, as to be expected from the current developments in the crypto market. Gaming specifically going up. I assume this was last year. Little bit October, November was obviously the biggest period, so do keep that in mind on the crypto gaming side of things. Whereas thereafter there was a slight decline, right? So this graph doesn't tell everything. Project challenges, the lack of gamers, limited exposure, competitive landscape. I think that makes sense. And the gamers challenges, loss of jobs, limited opportunities, and need for discovery channels. All right. They have a big community, good reach, and a unique solution for this. Gaming as a career, earnings model, and everything in one platform for the gamers. All right, so they offer a hybrid app, a mix between Bountie.io and Launchpad functions. Staking, unstaking, that makes sense. A wallet integration and smart contracts. All the basic stuff, nothing that special. The team, full names, fully transparent. Lex was ranked 8th in Warcraft 3 during his teens. Okay, so the CEO is definitely an avid gamer, which makes sense with the trajectory that they're taking. Desmond has more than 10 years in sales. Okay, so CBDO. Okay, and then a COO on the other side. Wealth of experience in sports industry. All right, so basically the main guy has the primary gaming experience, right? Which I think is important to lead that vision. Bountie has raised $3.3 million via venture and angel investors from diverse industries and backgrounds. All right, this is clickable. We'll look at that in a second, but we don't have access to the document, unfortunately. So we can't see that. It's not public. Since 2019, Bountie.io has grown rapidly with 25% month-on-month growth. 225,000 gamers registered, 3,000 tournaments hosted, and a prize pool facilitated of $300,000. They have a lot of community partners, more than 300 with a total reach of 3.5 million gamers. That does sound quite impressive. Do take into consideration that this is not unique gamers. There's quite a big overlap usually in communities, but definitely a significant amount of reach, right? We recognize the importance of brand representation, and we provide valuable intermediary services to translate these brands' objectives. Well, those are some big brands, right? They got Coca-Cola, Monster Energy, Nvidia, which I would say if they SteelSeries, Marvel, and there as well, it's not really clear, to me at least, if these are actually signed partners or just communicative partners. But yeah, anyway, if they are somehow working with these bigger brands and communicating the strategies to their gamers, I think that's definitely interesting. Bounty token utility, one of the most important things. There's a yield earnings, 20% API in single-sided staking, 100% API in liquidity mining, win allocations, stake bounty and LP tokens for allocation to events and tournaments. So that's obviously the basic utility. Receive airdrops, farm tokens, trade NFTs. This is the bare minimum of utility, right? And this is cut up in 3 phases, where I think this is, as far as my research went, the only negative aspect. There's no real utility. This is basic stuff in the crypto space. This is not that advanced. However, you got to keep in mind that this token will not primarily be used by investors. It will primarily be used by gamers. So they're keeping it simple, which I would say something to say for that, right? Makes sense. However, from a point of view of a utility token in the crypto space, it's very much the bare minimum. They have different tiers, 100 tiers. The more tokens you hold, the higher your chances. 500, so it's definitely extremely accessible because these tokens are extremely cheap, right? If we look at the actual rate, they are only 2 cents per token. So for literally $25-ish, yeah, you can participate. So then you have a 500K. Obviously, those are like the biggest guys, and then a seasoned tier. So the noob tier is one of the most accessible platforms that we've seen in the crypto space. Do gotta give them that. The start of Bounty 2017 raised 1.9 million and launched Bounty.io. 50,000 registered gamers and raised 675k. 150,000 registered gamers and raised 750k. IDO and launching of staking and quests. So that's currently happening. Oh, so I'm going the wrong way. My bad. 200,000 registered gamers, launch of Bountie Hunter IDO. Private sale, launchpad announcement. All right, that's cool. Expansion plan, NFT marketplace. That makes sense, right? It's in line. It's what most of these companies do. Crypto gaming project launchpad. All right, interesting, ambitious. Venture investment, open, trustless platform for all projectives. Bounty NFTs, Bounty gamer profile, Bounty wallet. Okay, so the last parts are quite vague. They don't say that much, right? But the 3 main parts are definitely interesting. All right, private sale sold out. Public sale, that's obviously one of the partners is Kommunitas. Kommunitas doing a, I don't know how much, 5 million bounty. So it's a 100k raise out of the 1 million. So there will be a lot more Launchpad partners involved. Total supply 500 million. Initial supply 6.25 million, which is about 1/80th, I assume. Yeah. Market cap TGE 125k, which is basically the biggest opportunity, I would say. Would go to somewhere times 80. So we're talking about, yeah, quite a high fully diluted market cap. So definitely keep that in mind in regards to the valuation. Token distribution, liquidity DAX 4.5, team 10, so that's quite low in the team. Advisors 4, lower than normal, the 5%. Operation marketing, token swap, private sale, public sale. I'm not sure what the token swap they are referring to here, because this is 10% on the public, 5% on the private, staking 20, incentives and rewards, ecosystem development. So the only thing I'm curious about what they refer to from the token swap. But we do have some of the numbers here. So the price on the private was 1 cent. They have 20% monthly starting from month 2. So there's a cliff for them, but they definitely have a high reward, right? So lock for 1 month, and then and this is 12.5% TGE. So basically, the private will definitely dump on the public. It just makes sense, right? You got to be aware of this. So the private is definitely in a better position, but they raised less, right? They raised half the amount. So basically, as soon as month 2 happens, there will be some buying pressure, right? Because the private will dump their tokens, very much likely. On such an initial market cap, it is extremely common for the token to pump to at least like 300, 500K, right? So like a 2-3x in the current market conditions is very much viable in this TGE. Even though I'm not super bullish on the idea of this project, right? I mean, I think it makes sense. It's a bridge. It's not like a AAA project. It's maybe not even an A-type project. I would classify this as like a B-type, very niche-specific project, but interesting nonetheless. They got Moonstarter, Kommunitas, Bullpucks, AffinityPad, GamesPad, Engine Starter. So they have a whole variety of launchpads that they're using. So the reach should not be a problem, right? The TGE, however, will go smooth in terms of price volatility. I'm just saying price volatility, right? 125K initial market cap. When they launch, probably the listing price would be 2 cents, right? In that case, you easily go, in my opinion, to like, I think 6 to 10 cents should definitely be possible. So you're looking at about a $500,000 market cap in that case, right? Because of the reach that has been proposed through these launchpads. However, keep in mind that after the first month, the tokens from the private sale have a 10x return and they will dump. It's the most obvious choice there. The team has a 1-year cliff and then 2-year vesting. Operations has a 3-month cliff. The advisors have a 6-month cliff and then 18 months vested. So that's still good relative to the team. The token swap, I'm not really sure what is referred to as the token swap. Maybe inside their own platform, because it's not the DEX, because the DEX liquidity is here. And that's obviously 100% available at TGE, which is about 22.5 million tokens, which is about, in that case, divided by 5, right? If they launch at 2 cents. Is that only like 100K? Not really sure. They should have put the amounts in US dollar there as well. So 4.5% of total supply, which I mean, well, that's still a lot, I would say, right? So it's over 100K, which I don't know, with such a low TGE might be enough, but definitely higher liquidity, the better. Depends on how it's spread as well. Anyway, when we look at basically the ratio between the allocations, it looks fine. When we look at the token amounts, it looks fine. Nothing to be super worried about here. I think this is a decent sales opportunity, especially taking into consideration the current market conditions. And the relatively short vesting, right? 12.5% every 2 weeks. So that means 25% per month, right? So within 3 or 4 months, this project has been vested out. That basically has been completed. Basically 3.5 months for the entire vesting and it's done. Which I think, with the relative price, take into consideration the extremely low market cap, the focus here should be in getting your initial back, right? So the investment that you've made, you get that back on the first pump, which I think here is quite possible because you only have 3.5 months vested. I don't think on the Kommunitas Launchpad there's a fixed allocation. It is always relative to what you have staked, right? So it very much individually changes per investor. However, let's say you have $200 allocation, right? For that $200, you get a bunch of tokens. The main goal would be to recuperate those $200 ASAP, as soon as possible. And then just those additional 3.5 months worth of vesting every 2 weeks is all additional profit, right? So that would be the main strategy. That would be the focus for me on the launch of Bountie Hunter on Kommunitas. So that's basically, suitable, interesting, not amazing. Obviously, I'm just going to be fully transparent with you guys. Just honest. This is like a B-type project, but definitely interesting to pick up considering the low market cap. If you are going to participate and you want to track your vesting to make sure every 2 weeks you do not miss a claim, The Track Digits tool is now available for free while in beta. You can check the link in the description below. It will take you to a sign up. There's a full explainer video how this works, but basically this tool allows you to track all your vested tokens on Kommunitas and other launchpads for free while in beta. It will show you statistics on how your portfolio is doing, all related to vested tokens. And of course, this is what we would like to know, because there's no other software out there that can do this. The only software is Track Digits, and otherwise you would have to do it in a Google Sheet. The amazing thing about Track Digits is that it can send you Google Calendar notifications 10 minutes before you can claim your token. This means that on Kommunitas and any other launchpad, you can always get your claim as one of the first people and potentially sell for the highest amount of profits. So if you're interested in that, check the link in the description. There you also find the link to my Discord community where we cover all the launches on the Kommunitas Launchpad and more. So I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.